Your phone is enough. You can just press the record button. The microphone is built in. It's about the message and not the gear. So many people are pushing this idea forward that gear doesn't matter and the message is what is important. I don't think it's true for everyone, at least not for me. Other factors come into play when creating content, but for me, one of the huge struggle that I've had over the past few months and years, even though I want to share my stories, my struggles, the solutions I have found for myself, and maybe even some small successes that I've had. I have a phone like everyone does, but I never felt comfortable sharing my story, especially not when it comes to a message that is very heavy on my heart and very meaningful to me. I always felt like I could do better. I spend most of my time when it comes to preparation with trying to find the right gear and creating the right setup to finally be able to talk to you, to craft my message and visuals in such a way that it would convey what I want to say. But it seems to me like no amount of video that I can record with the gear that I have would help. And no amount of video that I consume on how to create a scene, record a video, editing, and publishing. I mean, it fails right at the start. And as I said, I binge all the videos there is about content creation and how to record properly, right? And I'm not sure if this is like the proper way to record a video, but I'm pretty sure that this is my way. And that's what I found to be very liberating for me. Because for months, maybe more years, I knew that I had a story to tell, many stories. And I want to share with the world, specifically with those who can resonate. But one of the greatest hurdle that I have to overcome was my sense of perfectionism, which after many hours of therapy, I know is just a mask for my insecurities. I felt like I needed the best gear to feel like the work that I can create is good enough. But actually, it's just there to mask my anxieties, my fear of judgment, and all the other words that would fall under the category insecurity. But it felt like no matter what I do and how much preparation I put in, how much scripting, research, gear, it doesn't seem to help. I didn't record. And even if I did, it was not good enough. And then one day in a therapy session, I realized, what if there's no right way to do it? I mean, me paths to recording a video after hours, probably more like weeks of research and testing out gears. I realized it's never about the gear or the setup. It's about me not feeling secure and not having enough trust in myself to be able to judge or decide on how I want to create the content. It clashes. Because on one hand, I can totally see the value of content that are being produced in a very high fidelity way, like a lot of jump cuts, cutting out the silences, trying to retain the attention span and the sticking power of the viewers, of you. It doesn't resonate with me, you know? And those two beliefs that are in my head, and that is there's one correct way on how to create content, and that is like with certain type of gear, certain kind of lighting, and the form of editing that we could do and use to capture the attention of people who are interested in the topic. Every other full moon, I manage to press the record button and deliver the message that I want. But by the time I'm starting to edit the video, I just don't like the video anymore because it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel like me. It feels like I've curated a message to share a learning in a way that is seen by people as crystallized, but for me, less exploratory. And I'm not saying that one path is better than the other because I really enjoy the things that people have been creating and all the YouTube content that I've been consuming and learning from. But at the same time, while I can admire those things and utilize those things for me to educate myself, I don't think that's the content I want to create. So when it comes to deciding what gear you want, what kind of setup you want to create, and how much preparation you want to put in, finally feel ready to share your story, for me, the word needs is just misplaced. Because you don't need anything. You don't need to create content. And what does it mean anyway, creating content, It's confusing. Every time I'm sitting down trying to create content, my mind goes blank. It feels like putting on a mask and I can't see anything anymore. But when I'm sitting down here and my focus, my intention is just to share with you, that is how I decide to show up for myself and also for those of you who find this video to be useful, that I can decide how I want to share the things, how I want to record the video. Everything gets easier. I don't think I'm going to be cutting this video too much. Maybe I will need a hook to make people actually stay in the video. But rather, I want to be perceived as authentic and I want to walk along with you and share in real time my own thoughts, rhythms, and the resolve I'm achieving, speaking out what I believe in. And I believe when you are stuck consuming content about content creation, about gear, about camera, light, more research won't help. And certainly more gear won't help. I'm going to take a picture. Oh, I can take a video of the setup right now where I'm recording in. It's kind of a Spartanic light. It's not real light, but it's nice. The camera behind it is the A7 III with a certain lens. Maybe you can see it, like two other cameras for whatever reason. I've been collecting gear for a long time and it doesn't help. I've been doing research and watching every video on YouTube. It doesn't really help. I've been trying to follow the guidelines that's been provided. And while it educated me, it didn't really make me do what I had to do. I'm not saying that it has no value. On the contrary, I find it valuable and enjoy watching them. But when it comes to creating content, I don't think that's the right way to think about it. At least not for me. And maybe it's not for you too, if you just want to share your story. For me, it's more truthful to think about it and liberating to think about it like, what kind of story do I want to share? What struggle have I had and how I found the solution for me? Instead of providing you a blueprint on a solution that I had, I would rather share with you my thought process on how I get there. And at the end of the day, I believe the reason I could put everything to work right now and all the collected informations that I've had from the research, the gear that I had, and my thoughts today, one belief I found along the way has nothing to do with the gear, and that is, it's not about what we need, but what we want and how we want it. It's about what we want to share, how we want to share, instead of comparing ourselves, maybe even subconsciously, with all the creators we admire. because we will never be like them. We could try, and I think some succeed. Some can fake it until they make it, and I think there's a lot of value in that for those people who can. I just can't. But what I can do is be present here with you and tell you my story, my struggles, with the structure that I have. And I'm telling you, if you can follow this video, you probably have ADHD as well, because my ideas are jumping a lot. But for those who can receive the message and find resonance within this video, I hope you will find the compassion and courage to give yourself the permission to be the one who's deciding on what type of story and style you want to share. The problem of what kind of gear you need will solve itself, because if you can put your own judgment towards the things that you want to share with the world with yourself, everything falls into place. At least that's true for me. And I hope this is going to help you in some way too. Hey, I'm open to your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section below. Until next time, bye. Oh man, this is kind of dark. I'm usually not this dark if you're still around. I'm usually not this dark. Maybe I need a fresh shave. And also, everywhere my skin is breaking out. Let's try tomorrow by daylight, huh?